It's Josh with the Monterey Company, and we're going to be talking about how to order an enamel lapel pin. This is pretty easy. Step one is going to be, do you have the time for your project? Please note, all of these products are custom. They take time to design, they take time to produce, they take time to ship. Let us know if you have a deadline. If it's something that we can work with, we're happy to do it. If not, we'll let you know so we're not wasting anybody's time here. The next step is figuring out what type of enamel. We have two main types. We've got soft enamel or hard enamel. The easiest way to think about the difference between those two, soft enamel, wherever there's enamel coloring, it will be slightly depressed, slightly recessed into that from the level of the metal. Hard enamel, it will be a smooth surface between the metal and the enamel finish. Same exact material, it's just the level of which we fill. Hard enamel smooth, soft enamel slightly depressed. The next step is going to be your metal finish. All enamel pins will have metal on them. That's how you make the pin themselves. The metal will be involved in the design because wherever two colors meet, there will be a metal line separating those colors. So you need to think about what color metal do you want to use. We've got gold, silver, nickel, copper, bronze, brass, and those can all be an antique or shiny. We also have black dye that can be used with soft enamel, or we have black nickel that can be used with hard enamel. Another aspect would be 2D or 3D. That can really only be involved with the metal aspects of your design. You can't really do 3D with enamel coloring on there. But if you have a very intricate design, there's a lot of details, you can do a 3D mold like this one, or do 2D. Most of the pins that you see are going to be 2D. And 2D does not mean it has to be completely flat. If your design has different levels in there of the metal, we can do that. But it just has to do with the nature of the raised areas. We've got videos on 2D and 3D metals that you can check out. We go way more into depth on those. The next step would be the colors that we use. So we use Pantone Color System for enamel coloring. Pantone is just a color system where they assign specific numbers to specific colors. For instance, red. You might say, oh, I want red on my enamel pin. And we go, well, there's 375 different shades of red in Pantone, so can you be a little bit more specific? If you have a vector file, that makes it much easier because a lot of times those colors are in that vector file, so we can match those. If not, anything that you can do to help give us more direction. Hey, here's an example of the red. I want to use the red that the St. Louis Cardinals use. Anything like that, we can figure that red out and then use that color for your pins. Next thing is any kind of special effects that you want to use on there. We have glitter, we have translucent, transparent enamel, we have glow in the dark enamel. We can do screen printing on enamel if aspects are too small or too involved, anything like that. And that may be something that we bring up. Hey, we might have to do this if we want to do the pin like you're wanting it to be. Next step is pick your backing. So the standard 90% of the pins that you're going to see are going to be a post with a butterfly clutch. It's just the normal clutch that you would see. It's got two little wings. That's why they call it a butterfly clutch. There it is. You press the wings. It kind of activates and releases. Put it on and release, and there you go. Boom. We also have rubber clutches. We also have deluxe clutches. We also have magnetic backing. Magnetic is really cool because it's not poking through clothing or anything like that. There are some limitations. For instance, your pin has to be able to be done in die-struck iron. Iron is magnetic. The other base material, like a die-cast zinc, is not magnetic. So if your design is requiring zinc, we unfortunately can't do a magnetic backing for that. We can also do really cool things to individualize, add to the design. We can do a back stamp. If you have a logo and you want to add a back stamp to the back side of it, we can do that. We can also do card backers. Really nice feature if you wanted to have a really nice presentation for your pins. We can have card backers, and on those card backers, we can do front and back. You wanted to have this amazingly cute little cat in a forest of mushrooms and trees on your card backer, you can do that. We can also do barcodes for you. So a lot of little things. So if there's something that you're curious about, ask us. If it's something we can do, we're happy to do it. If not, we'll let you know. One of the most important parts of this whole process is your design itself. One thing that I can give you a little guideline of is take your art on your computer screen, open it up in a preview, and then shrink it down to the size that you want your pin to be. If your design is huge and very complex and very detailed and it's 15 inches across your screen and you want to make a 1-inch lapel pin, when you shrink that down, if things are hard to see, if text is hard to read, you know that we may not be able to do it exactly as is. We can always make adjustments. Let's enlarge that text. Let's eliminate this part, so on and so forth. But that's going to help really guide you for that. So once you send us your concept, talk about the enamel that you want to use, the plating, all of those things, we'll then send you a quote for your project. If that quote's within budget, then we will mock up the artwork. We'll be sending you digital proofs. By no means is the first proof the last proof. So if we need to make revisions, change colors, try a different angle with, hey, let's make that raised or recessed, we can totally do that if it's within production capacity. Quick little guide on pricing. So pricing is going to be based on several different things. One is going to be the size of the pin. 2 is going to be the number of colors that are utilized in your design. 3 is going to be the quantity. 4 is going to be the plating. 5 is going to be 2D versus 3D. All of those things go into it. General rule of thumb is the higher quantities that you order, the lower the pricing will be. So if you put in a quote request for 50, we will always have 50 on your quote, but we may have 50, 100, and 200. So you can see that price relation. You might be looking at it going, wow, it's only this much more to order 100. Let's go with that. Or you might go, well, we're just going to stick with 50. And then once we get them in, if they're great, then we're going to reorder them and order more, your pricing comes down. Once we have that finalized proof, that's when we'll go, great, and we'll send you the pay link and you make payment. We start production, go from there. So once we do start production, we have these produced, we then get them and we inspect the pins, making sure that they all look pretty good. They are all what we're wanting them to be. If there's any glaring, obvious errors, we'll let you know and say, hey, listen, we caught something. We're gonna have these redone. We don't wanna send you pins that don't look really good. We're so sorry about that. Once they're inspected, they are then packed and shipped with tracking numbers. Typically, you'll get an email saying, hey, your order is shipped. You can track it here. You can always check in with us. If you didn't get that, we can find that and let you know, send you the tracking, give you information on that. We do have domestic shipping in the US. We have international shipping options, FPO, APO address. We can drop ship multiple locations. So whatever works out best for you, just let us know and we'll make that happen. So a couple things to think about when you're looking at your design and figuring out how we're going to do this that can help. Again, shrinking it down to the size that you want it to be is going to really, really help show you any changes that we may have to make for this. Colors. Anywhere 2 colors meet on your design, there will be a metal line separating those colors. So it can't just be 2 colors butting up against each other. They do have to be separated. Think of it almost like paint by numbers, really similar to that. Colors also do have to be solid, no gradient. When we're doing enamel pins, we're creating little reservoirs for those enamel colors, and there's no way to go start off at yellow and then gradually go to an orange and then gradually go to a red. If you have that aspect of your design and you want to keep something similar to that, it may be segmented where you have a yellow section, an orange section, and a red section. Really small text can be difficult to do in a small lapel pin, and it can be especially difficult if you're wanting it to be a color against a color background, like white text against blue. In that case, we might say, hey, if we want to keep the text that small, we may have to change that to metal, or change the background to metal and keep the text the color that you want it to be. Lapel pins can be used for so many different things, corporate events, sport events, merch, just for sale, recognition for employees, anything. So if there's something that you've got going on and you think a pin might be a good addition to it, let us know. And if we have enough time and the design works, we're happy to help you with that. If you're ready to get your pin project underway, just go to our website, click get a free quote, even give us a call, shoot us an email. We're happy to go that route too. We'll get this process started, walk you through it, give you artwork, maybe suggest different things that would help really bolster your design, and go from there. Thanks so much for checking out our video today. Check out our other videos. There's a lot of things that go involved with this, so just look through our videos. There may be other things that you might get ideas for. Click subscribe, call us, email us, put in a quote. We look forward to working with you. Thank you so much.